Hello, Danny Lee, OGT here. I've got Mr. Dave Moody sitting over here. We went out of town last night. There's a video coming out soon about us seeing a woman hit some rocks in Taco Bell drive-thru with her car. She couldn't get off of them, so it was funny. It wasn't funny, but it was. So he was telling me about, I was telling him about Hank Williams and Waylon Jennings having the first multi-platinum country music hit with did Hank really do it that way? He was like, didn't he sing a song about only daddy that'll walk the line? I was like, I think that was Johnny Cash. He's like, no, I think that's Waylon Jennings. I thought he was talking about Walk the Line, but sure enough, there is a Waylon Jennings song about daddy, only daddy that'll walk the line. And I pulled up a little context here. It says, this is the Johnny Cash show. Waylon performed Only Daddy That'll Walk the Line on Johnny Cash sometime around 69 or 70. About 10 years after the Buddy Holly crash. If you don't know, Waylon played bass for Buddy Holly for 2 years and was on the doomed flight that killed the Big Bopper, Richie Valens, and Buddy Holly. But the Big Bopper's back was hurting, so Waylon gave up his seat and rode the bus. And in joking, Buddy Holly told him, I hope the bus, you hit every bump on the way. And Waylon said, I hope your plane crashes. Those were the last words he said to Buddy Holly, and that haunted him till the day he died. But this was 10 years after that, and this is when he had first slicked back his hair and begun the descent into being the original outlaw. And started doing his own thing, coming out of his shell. So I'm really interested in checking this out. So Dave's sitting over there and he can't hear nothing, but he is part of his reaction. So I'm going to, yeah, let's do it. All right, we've got it pulled up. Are you ready, David?
I'm ready.
He said he's ready, so we're ready. Let's check this out. Make sure I'm connected to the right thing. Yeah.
It won't take you long to realize.
I knew one thing, if you didn't make it, well, you could be, and that's cook. He was my cook.
Yeah.
Can you imagine Johnny Cash in a black suit with baking powder all the way down and gravy in the hair?
That's all right. I'm a good cook. You didn't do nothing.
I called June and told her to clean up the room.
Do something now. Waylon Jennings.
Everybody knows you've been stepping on my toes and I'm getting pretty tired of it. You've been stepping out of line and I'm messing with my mind. If you had any sense, you'd quit. But ever since you were a little bitty teeny girl, said I was the only man in this whole world. Now you better do some thinking and you'll find you got the only daddy that walked the line.
I remember the chorus. I didn't remember nothing else. I remember the chorus. Yeah. Basically saying, "Bitch, shut up. Who are you messing with?" And you know that was the persona of the country music guys. I ain't saying it was the right thing, but but they were talking about Johnny Cash being in the kitchen cooking. So obviously they didn't think that was a place for a woman. So that was pretty cool. I have heard Johnny Cash talk about living with Waylon and cooking later in life on, I think, one of those late night shows. One of them just got rehab, another one was going or something. they switched rehab about as much as they did their women. Let's catch these lyrics again.
Everybody knows you've been stepping on my toes and I'm getting pretty tired of it. You've been stepping out of line and I'm messing with my mind. If you had any sense, you'd quit. But ever since you were a little bitty teeny girl, said I was the only man in this whole world. Now you better do some thinking and you'll find you got the only daddy that walked the line. picking up my clothes. Nearly every monkey knows that you're still just putting me on. When I started walking, gonna hear you started squawking and begging me to come back home. Ever since you were a little bitty teeny girl, said I was the only man in this whole world. Now you better do some thinking and you'll find you got the only daddy that'll walk the line. You got the only daddy that'll walk the line.
Hey, they just messed up. That was cool as hell. They messed up during the performance. Oh shit.
Oh, did you?
Yeah, that looks like oh man, Bobby Joe Gentry right there playing. Yeah, it could be for all I know, but everybody catch that one time at the end.
Still just putting me on. When I started walking, gonna hear you started squawking and begging me to come back home. Ever since you were a little bitty teeny girl, said I was the only man in this whole world. Now you better do some thinking and you'll find you got the only daddy that'll walk the line. You got the only daddy that'll walk the line.
Wow, that's cool. Oh, I got a Cowboy in London. Sorry about that, y'all. So yeah, that was Waylon Jennings, only daddy that'll walk the line. Dave, I appreciate you giving me that song, man. That was cool. That was all right. That shows they were really loud because I think it was supposed to be a high belt to the end maybe, and then the other guy they fucked up. That's cool. I didn't know Johnny Cash had his own show either. I know that Waylon Jennings had a show with Jessie Culture where they like rode around in a motor brigade for like a season, but
Yeah, he put him off there because of what that line he said in that one song.
he said something in one line. I know Waylon Jennings was also a part of the We Are the World. He was there, and he left because I forget the gentleman's name, man. He's a soul singer. Well, maybe it was Stevie Wonder. Stevie Wonder wanted to put some I don't know what language it was, but another language in the song, and Waylon stepped up first and said, "Well, wait a minute, this is a song about America we're doing for Ethiopia. Why would you put another language in there? Wouldn't that kind of be disrespecting them?" And a lot of people looked at him like he was crazy that day, but in hindsight, everybody has agreed with him, and even Stevie Wonder said after that, "Yeah, that's wrong." And they ended up not using the lyrics, even though Waylon walked out the door. He wasn't mad or nothing. He just said, "Nope, I ain't having nothing to do with it. This ain't what you said you're going to do. I'm leaving." He's always stood up for what he believed, no matter what. He's always been humble about it. Now, the other outlaws wasn't so humble, but Waylon was the OG, and he was a very humble cat. And I think maybe losing Buddy had a lot to do with that. Probably took a lot of the meanness out of him, a lot of the life out of him, probably, when that happened. So, mental health is real. Waylon Jennings is a fucking man. And, yeah, me and Dave seen a woman run over some rocks. Big fucking rocks, man. All right, y'all have a good one.